Ladies and gentlemen, friends and seekers of truth, I stand before you today with a message that may not be what the world expects to hear, but it is one that we must all internalize if we are to truly succeed. In the hustle and bustle of life, amid the noise of success, recognition, and applause, we often forget that the most significant victories are not won with loud speeches, public applause, or visible celebration. No, my dear friends, the greatest victories are often won in silence. It is in the quiet, unseen moments that true character is built. And it is through these silent victories that we achieve the success that truly matters. You see, the world teaches us that success is marked by the visible, by what we can show to others, whether it's trophies, fame, or wealth. We are told that victory is best when it is paraded in front of the world, celebrated by others and echoed by applause. But in reality, the true essence of success is far more subtle. The most lasting victories are those that are achieved quietly, humbly, and with unwavering resolve. The truth is this: to win in silence is to win in the deepest and most meaningful sense. Let us pause for a moment and think about some of the great victories in history. Have we not often been inspired by the lives of those who did not seek fame, but whose quiet determination made them giants in their fields? Think of the inventors, the thinkers, the quiet leaders, and the unsung heroes who worked tirelessly, often without recognition, and yet their work changed the world. They did not win with loud boasts or fanfare. They won with their quiet commitment to their purpose, their unwavering faith, and their relentless effort. Now, this doesn't mean that recognition is wrong. It doesn't mean that we should shy away from celebrating achievement. But what it does mean is that we must not fall into the trap of thinking that the applause of others defines our worth. True success is found not in the noise of the crowd, but in the peace of knowing that you are doing what you are called to do, whether anyone sees it or not. In the silence, you are given the opportunity to grow. It is in the quiet moments that you learn about your own strength, your own weaknesses, and the very essence of who you are. The world may not notice your struggle, but the victory you gain through it will resonate far beyond the moment. We must learn to embrace the silence, not as a burden, but as a teacher. Think about a seed. It grows in silence. It is planted deep in the soil, hidden from view. No one sees it as it pushes its way through the earth, breaking free from its shell. But in time, that seed will emerge and bloom into something magnificent. So too does our growth occur in silence. Often, the most powerful moments of our lives are spent in private struggle, prayer, or quiet work that no one else witnesses. And yet these moments prepare us for the moments of visibility, for the times when our work, our faith, our dedication will be seen by the world. Many times the greatest battles we face are not the ones fought in public view, but the ones fought in our hearts and minds. These are the silent battles, battles of doubt, fear, discouragement, and despair. And in those moments we are often alone, with no one to applaud us, no one to cheer us on. It is in those times that we must remind ourselves of our purpose, of the truth that we are not defined by what others see, but by the quiet choices we make when no one else is watching. There is a great power in silence, the power to shape your character, to strengthen your resolve, and to focus on what truly matters. When you choose to win in silence, you are choosing to trust the process. You are choosing to be faithful to the task at hand, regardless of whether others notice or recognize your efforts. You are choosing to make progress even when no one else can see it. Consider the story of great figures in the Bible, many of whom won in silence. Take the example of David. Before he was king, he was a humble shepherd boy, watching over sheep in the fields. While others were busy pursuing power, David was in the quiet fields, developing his character, cultivating his faith, and learning to trust in God. It was in those silent, solitary moments that he became the man who would later defeat Goliath, lead a nation, and leave a legacy that would echo through history. David's victory was won long before the battle with Goliath ever took place. It was won in the silence of the fields, the solitude of prayer, and the quiet trust in God. Then there is the story of Jesus. He spent much of his life in silence, quietly living out his purpose, performing miracles, teaching, and living a life of humility. In the face of opposition, he did not respond with loud words or violent actions. Instead, he chose the path of quiet sacrifice, knowing that his true victory would come not through human recognition, but through the sacrifice of his life. And in that silence, the world was changed forever. These examples teach us that we do not need the approval of others to win. We do not need the applause of the crowd to know that we are on the right path. If we remain faithful to the calling that God has placed on our lives, we will find success in ways we never expected, often in ways that are completely silent, completely unseen, and yet infinitely more powerful than any public achievement could ever be. The world tells us to be loud, to demand attention, to chase after fame and recognition. But I encourage you to take the path less traveled, the path of quiet strength, humility, and perseverance. This is the path where the real victories are won. This is the path where you can find peace, knowing that you are doing your best, serving your purpose, and trusting that your efforts will bear fruit in due time. Winning in silence is not easy. It requires patience, persistence, and a deep trust in the process. It means that you must be willing to put in the work even when no one else is watching. It means that you must be willing to face challenges and setbacks without the comfort of public recognition. But in the end, the reward is worth it. The victory that comes from silent effort is the most lasting and meaningful of all. When you choose to win in silence, you are choosing to trust that God sees your efforts, even when others do not. You are choosing to live with integrity, knowing that your worth is not defined by the opinions of others, but by the quiet faithfulness you show in your daily life. And you are choosing to embrace the process, knowing that in time, your work will speak for itself. So, my dear friends, I encourage you to embrace the silence. Do not be afraid of the quiet moments. Do not be discouraged when your efforts seem unnoticed. Keep working, keep praying, keep moving forward. For in the end, the victories won in silence are the ones that will stand the test of time. And when the time is right, the world will see the fruit of your labor. And they will know that your victory was not won in the noise of the crowd, but in the quiet, faithful moments that only you and God knew. In silence, there is strength. In silence, there is growth. And in silence, there is victory. May God bless you all, and may you find the courage to win in silence, trusting that He is with you every step of the way.